to you live here from Chase's bedroom on Cook Island, off the coast of the Gold Coast. It's very comfortable here. It's a bit cold though, but it's quite comfortable, you know. It's he does a good job of getting all of that. Anyway,
what are you saying?
Grand Platypus Open number 85, the final one of 2021, and we're going all out today. Only the best and brightest have come forth, and I am your host Yaku of Zaku, not one of those best and brightest, but with me today is one of those. We have El Niño Vaquero que ha quitado la tapa, like _VIP. How we doing, Light?
What's up, Yaku? Yes, as you said, it's nice and cozy here in the land of Chase. He does keep us warm at night in this winter wonderland that it is.
Very lovingly.
Sure. Just had to make it weird.
What?
As we are nearing the end of the year, and if you mentioned it, I think you did. This is the final GP of the year. This is it. This is the last one.
That's all we got.
It's been quite a year at that. Like I don't know if we wanted to talk a little bit about it, but like this is what, year 3 of running GPO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, we started in September-ish,
2019?
September or October-ish of 2019. So yeah, 3 years, 2.5 years. We'll round it up to 3.
We can round it up. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, 2019, 2020, and now 2021. It is all in the books, and it's been a wild ride. Like, it's been a lot of fun. We've had our eras of reigning champions. You know, we've had our eras of Demi. We've had our rivalries with Azure. We had Mia Micah and Go Joey. And even this year, we've had, you know, players like Bistork and EnDerr kind of pop up a little bit here and there as well. That's honestly why I'm a little bit excited about today's tournament. You mentioned it as we were loading in, as we were waiting to go live. It's like, yo, it's kind of like an all-star match of like ex-GPO champions.
Yep. All of them except Caesar. And
he hasn't won a GPO. What are you on about?
Oh, he won one back in like 2020, and then never signed up again.
2021. All right, that's what I'm
2021. There we go. Yeah. All 5 of our signups. Has Bistork won one in 2021? I think he has.
Yeah. In October.
Yeah, there we go. Bistork has won a GPO in 2021, but I guess more importantly, Bistork has also very consistently been signing up for GPO a lot more in 2021 than 2020.
I just checked. I love it. It all comes down to this. Like every single participant of today's tournament has been a champion this year, and these are the only champions as well. We have them all. It's crazy.
It's Mortal Kombat.
Let's go.
This is a situation that we've got, and we're gonna kick things off on Glittering Ashes LE. We're in the top right-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have the pink Protoss player coming down from the land of Hong Kong. The best Protoss player from Hong Kong, representing the Juggernauts, he is Bistork.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Glittering Ashes LE, we have the Filipino Zerg player representing the Juggernauts as well. Oh my god, going for a very interesting opening here. It is EnDerr.
What else did we expect from EnDerr, though?
Yeah, it was a gas pull, but it was like a 16-15 or something
16,
like that. Yeah, it was crazy.
Gotta get those extra minerals in, you know.
Yeah, so a very aggressive opener. I also wanted to add that, you know, you mentioned Bistork, best Protoss from Hong Kong. EnDerr, the best Filipino player, period. Exclamation mark Funada. Nux in the chat. I miss Nux very dearly, and I wish he would be a little bit more active.
We really do. You and Dash, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get the Filipino boys together.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And I was just looking at a couple of stats. Our two first round players here have both won GPO once each this year. They're both one-time champions.
Oh.
Okay.
That actually is a little bit surprising for two reasons. One, I remember EnDerr in a number of finals, but I guess he hasn't been quite able to bring it all the way home, except for one occasion. But also Bistork, we mentioned it briefly at the start of the broadcast. This has kind of been his year in GPO. I mean, in a lot of ways, we look at 2021 and you can see it as a continuation of 2020, where it's pretty much dominated by Mio Micah and Gogo Joey, but where we've also been able to see the rise of Bistork a lot more consistently especially comparing him from the start of the year to now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like Bistork, he is the best performing Protoss player, period. In GPO, better than Pez, better than Starduck. But how does he compare to EnDerr? Because I don't know if you noticed something, but EnDerr hasn't made a single drone this entire game. Well, he made the first couple of drones, and that's it. And he's just full on link flooding right now. He even has a Bailey nest. He's sending it, mate. He's going.
Yeah, I think I went autopilot for a second. I was like, yeah, EnDerr, he's doing EnDerr things. He's being aggressive with lings. But then I'm like, wait a minute. He's being very aggressive with his lings, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know we want to reminisce a little bit and talk about the players themselves, and we did to some extent. But EnDerr's about to potentially win the game. He's here. He's across the map. Yeah, yo, the shield battery's on the way, but it's not going to be done yet. The Stalker, it's going to go down.
And Soccer doesn't even need to be busted through. The Lings should be able to have it. The Banelings want to break onto that pylon. That was a kill and not a cancel. The Lings are flooding in.
Exactly, workers going down left and right. We do have a full wall off. That's honestly pretty clutch. Bistork able to just barely wall off in time. We have an overcharge, but the shield battery is going to go down. And with that, there's nothing else here. No, a Void Ray comes out though.
And that's going to be saving grace of EnDerr, or of Bistork right now. How much damage can EnDerr do before his Lings get wiped out though? A whole lot is the answer to that.
Yeah, all the rest of the production is depowered. That Adept was so close to coming out, but it was just not fast enough. Bistork, he's trying to repower that gateway to get an Adept up and running, but it's just not going to happen. Every single worker is falling.
Yeah, it's tough to really prevent the surface area when you have Lings on both sides of the wall.
Exactly, and the pylons are just never finishing. Feels bad, man.
You got 2 gates and 0 pylons. That feels bad.
Yeah, exactly. Warp gate, it's never gonna finish. The 2 Void Rays will clean this up, but to what end? Because I think every single probe is going to die.
Just like so. Bistork gonna run out of money eventually, and here's my question. What can these 2 Void Rays do across the... Well, I say across the map, but he still has to deal with a couple of these Lings left.
Yeah, like, there are 2 Queens, and 2 Queens with no energy for Transfuse. I think 2 Void Rays can win that battle, but EnDerr does have a 3rd Queen on the way, and once that happens, I think he's going to be fine. Obviously, Bistork doesn't know that, so he's going across the map. He's looking to see if he can find that damage. Yeah.
Honestly, there aren't too many buildings here for EnDerr. Prismatic alignment, he may be able to pull something off with prismatic alignment.
Spores are on the way. Okay, here we go. He does target down one of the Queens as fast as possible. We do have a Transfuse.
That was one of the most clutch transfuses I think I've ever seen. GG is called, and EnDerr takes game number 1. I believed in the Void Rays, but they weren't powerful enough.
Yeah, only 2 Void Rays in the end. He's taking too much damage. We've seen EnDerr die to a handful of Void Rays before after dealing a lot of damage. I'm never going to forget Starduck versus EnDerr in Demi Australian Open.
I remember that game.
It was brutal, mate. It made me...
Of course, of course, the key difference there is that Starduck had 4 Void Rays.
He also had 4 probes instead of 1.
He did, didn't he? He could still mine a little bit.
Yep, as we are just getting ready for game number 2. Looks like the map is going to be Berlingrad. I'm just asking the players to remake. Because, you know, we may have had a year of GPO, but that still won't stop players from forgetting about WCS Game Hard.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot more than just a single year of doing this every week to remember. It's gonna take Steel yelling at them.
It will. God damn it. But yeah, I'm excited about this series as well, just because. I mean, yeah, it could be over before we get into it, right? Like, EnDerr, he can be very aggressive, as we just saw, mate.
Yeah, very fittingly. I, for one, could not wait to get into this series, particularly because EnDerr has kind of been an enigma throughout the year. We had a good solid month or two where, when he just graduated and he had a lot more free time, so he was signing up in a lot of stuff, but then after those 2 weeks, I think after those 2 weeks he went to get his vaccination or something, and then he was just out of commission.
Yeah, the month of September was his most active month, and that's where he was able to, perform incredibly well. I think that was also the month where he joined Juggernauts.
It was.
Juggernaut Gaming.
I remember that.
But yeah, he hasn't been the most active player throughout the year, but that's why, it's great to see him towards the end. It's great to see more of him.
Yeah, he still has a shot here in the Platypus All-Stars. And speaking of the All-Stars, here is one of them spawning in the bottom right-hand corner map, all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm keeping my eye on that probe in the mini-map, but okay, the probe's just doing standard things. Never mind. He is the pink Protoss player coming down from the land of Hong Kong. He's the best Protoss player from Hong Kong. He is the analyst himself, representing the Juggernauts. We have Bistork. Hashtag Beefstroke.
There you go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the Filipino Zerg player representing the Juggernauts as well. As this is a team kill, it is the best player in all of the Philippines. Caviar Napoleon Marquises Acampado, EnDerr.
Now that you mention it, 80% of our players tonight are from the Juggernauts. Demi is the sole lonesome Alpha X player.
Yep, he is. Also, I love this, by the way. EnDerr doing very EnDerr things. Like, this is, again, he's the only pro player I know who does this, and it works. If you're wondering, that hatchery, it looks a little bit off. It's a macro hatch, people.
On the low ground.
Yep.
Before the natural hatch.
Yep.
Which, it may seem questionable to mere mortals, but I've stopped questioning EnDerr a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. You start to question him and you will lose your mind. He went for a pool first opening, by the way, and he didn't just make 6lings, he is making another 2 behind this. Oh my god, he's pulling the boys! He's sending it across the map, mate! And if the probe dies, so the probe won't be able to see this. The pylon doesn't see it either.
The pylon doesn't?
No, it's not done. It doesn't have vision.
Wow, barely sneaking these drones away. This means that the drones are going to be able to mineral wall behind a unit, but if it's a full wall, then it doesn't really matter much in the end. I mean, I guess it's a little bit of extra DPS here for EnDerr, but it's not the most worthwhile use of these drones.
I mean, he can't turn around, right? Like, it's too late. He's gotta commit. Yeah, the boys reveal themselves. Bistork, he needs to wall off as soon as possible. The gateway already less than half HP. The gateway is going to fall.
Will Soccer come out? The Chrono Moose is getting it close, but it will not. There's only a single Adept left here. And maybe if the Shade Micro is on point.
I mean, the shield battery is dead. The Adept is dead. The pylon gets surrounded. Like, can EnDerr? Oh, no! Worker action! Can Bistork hold?
This is not a day I thought I would witness, like, where I see drones versus probes fight each other on such a scale, but that's what we're getting here. That's what EnDerr has blessed us with.
Oh my god, and with the Ling DPS, I think EnDerr can do it. He's just barely healed. He has 1 Ling left. He has to be so careful. Oh my god. Meanwhile, at the same time, Lings are here at the front door, and the problem is that the gateway just finishes. Warp Gate isn't done. This Adept will not complete.
Yeah, it only just started, and the pylon will depower everything, or the lack of pylon, rather, will depower everything. Bistork has met his match here as EnDerr takes the series 2-0.
What just happened?
Bistork created a monster.
Oh
That's
my!
what happened. This Bistork, their analyst.
Oh my god!
And so for those wondering what that macro hatch was for, it's for more lings and in a bit of a forward location. Get these lings across the map a little bit quicker.
I mean, you know, EnDerr never made any queens, so we needed some larvae, right? So the hatchery did come into play.
And if you're not going to be injecting, if you're not going to be mining, you may as well have your hatchery closer to your opponent.
Yeah, may as well, mate. May as well. That was again, just wild. You never see this anywhere else. You never see any Koreans do this, but clearly EnDerr finds a way. He is a strategic genius, and he figures things out. And yeah, just what a weird build. And it worked, mate.
I could see like a little twinkle in your eye towards the end of the light when you're like, maybe I should start doing this in ZvP, but then the reality of like, no, it only works for EnDerr.
Yeah,
crush
100%.
your dreams, crush your hopes.
100%, mate. Only EnDerr can pull this off, and what a series! What a quick series at that. It was 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes.
Less than 20 minutes, yeah.
20 minutes,
we went live about 20 minutes ago, and we had a little bit of free time. And we had a little bit of downtime here, as obviously the lobbies were being made and whatnot.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, it really does kind of feel like Bistork getting a little bit of a taste of his own medicine here, as for not as much in 2021, but still every now and then throughout the year, Bistork was kind of known for being the wild player to pull something completely out of left field, and much of the frustration of a couple of his opponents throughout the year. But now in the final GPO, it's met his match.
Yeah. Exactly. Bistork, he's like, what have I done?
I've created a monster.
Oh my god.
I shouldn't have analyzed games for you.